to move on your behalf. To provoke is different to encourage. So some things come when you pray. You provoke God. So it's powerful to pray. It's powerful to pray. So God gave me a word for our church, and I believe that it would be a blessing to you on this morning concerning transfer, because we live in a time and we live in a generation where all hell is breaking loose. The economy is bad. Folk losing their jobs. The foreclosures at all-time high. People losing their homes. 6,000 homes were lost about 2 months ago. The industry is losing. The American dollar is not it's not that other countries' currency is more valuable than ours now, but it's the American dollars is getting worth less money. The economy is going crazy. Companies are going out of business. They are downsizing. People are getting pink slips every day. They're going to work and people are saying, we're putting a pad on the door. It's over. Clean your cubicle. Here's your last check. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm for real. We gone out of business. All hell is breaking loose in the economy. All companies are merging. They are merging. They are downsizing. They are laying off thousands of people at a time. The economy is in trouble. But listen, this is not the time for us to be fearful. This is not the time for us to be afraid, because when opposition, some people look at opposition as opposition, but Christians, oh God, people that love Jesus look at opposition as opportunity. Oh yeah, I believe that the Bible says that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous, and there's going to be a season of transfer. Oh God, there's a season where God is transferring miracles to the lives of his people. I'm going to get to a text, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to ask you to turn there, but I'm going to read that text in a moment. But I want you to understand that there's a season for transfer where God is saying, in the middle of the economy, in the middle of what's going on in our society, in the middle of people losing their jobs and losing their mind, they're committing suicide, they're filing bankruptcy, they're going crazy. I'm going to look for people that's got a heart for me. I'm looking for people that have provoked me. Oh, yeah. I'm looking for people that's believe God no matter what. I'm looking for people that's been given and seem like ain't nothing happened. I'm looking for folk that's been sowing and tithing and it seemed like ain't nothing happened. I'm looking for folk that's been faithful to their church and it seemed like nothing has happened. I'm looking for people that's hung in there. They wanted to leave. They wanted to quit. They wanted to find a new place to worship, but they hung in there because they knew God called them to their church. And God is saying, in the season of transfer, I'm looking for people like that because there's a wealth of the wicked that's laid up for the righteous, and God is going to transfer it to people that's ready. Oh, is there anybody here that's ready for your deliverance? Is there anybody in here tired of living day in and day out? Is there anybody in here living check to check that's saying this is over for me because this is the year of new beginnings? This is the year of transfer. We look at this. I want to read real quick Leviticus chapter number 26. You can turn if you want to, but I want you to understand, here's Moses. He's talking to the children of Israel. He's giving them the law. This is tied in with the Mosaic law. He's talking to them because God said, Israel, I want you to be a nation of priests. I want you to be a nation of righteous people, and I want you to be a nation of priests. So if you obey me, I'm going to give you a blessing. And here God's talking to them. He says, and your threshing shall reach unto vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto sowing time, and ye shall eat your bread to full and dwell in your land safely. God is saying, for those of you that's coming in this season, I pulled you, Israel, already out of bondage. But for those of you that's in bondage, that'll do what I say. For those of you that's come out of bondage, that'll do what I say in this particular time. I'm going to bless you to a level that's going to blow your mind. The word vintage means a good crop. I don't know if I got any wine drinkers. Don't raise your hands. You ain't got to raise them. Somebody may know. I don't know if I got any people that like, yes. Yeah, but a vintage year is more expensive than a regular year because a vintage year is a good year. He said your sowing will reach vintage. But see, you're going to have to move stuff out of this account to make room for the stuff to come in. He said you're going to eat old store. In other words, you're going to be so blessed in this time that you'll have to move stuff out. They'll call you at Bank of America and say, ma'am, you have exceeded your limit. You have over 100,000 in this checking account and it's reached vintage. You're going to have to get another account or do something to make room for the new deposit that's coming through. I say transfer. Oh, some of y'all still ain't feeling me yet. Some of y'all still ain't feeling me, but you'll be there in a minute, because this is the season where God's doing miracles. This is the season where God is doing things that's blowing your mind. I want you to understand, you looking at somebody who lost his house. You looking at somebody who had to file bankruptcy. You looking at somebody who lost my cars, had to turn them in. But I want you to understand, opposition was only opportunity for me. Come on, somebody. Because God said, I'm just going to get you ready for the bigger house. I just need to get you ready for the, oh, y'all don't understand me. Some of y'all, don't you worry. This is not the time to be scared about what's going on in the economy. This is the time to start praising God. If you get a pink slip tomorrow, I dare you to dance in your boss face. They won't understand why you're dancing, but you know like I know. You don't know like I know what the Lord has just done for me. This layoff is a promotion, because God is about to bless me with a better job and a better bank account and a better phone. God's going to bless me and take me to another level. See, you got to understand, in Revelations, they said in the middle of tribulations, there are going to be those dressed in white robes. They're going to be dressed in white robes, and they're going to worship God day and night in his temple, crying, holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. These individuals are going to be people that God preserved in the middle of a famine. Listen, every time God wanted to judge a land, we got crazy stuff going on in America. We got stuff going on that ain't right in America. I watched Oprah and I saw a woman. I say it again. I saw a chick. I say it again. I saw a woman that was pregnant, thinking she a man. Now, hold on now. The world now is saying it's a man pregnant. No, it ain't. I got a problem with that. Ain't a man pregnant. That's a woman that had her breast taken off and had a sex change from here up and left from here down intact. She's a woman that got a womb. She's got ovaries, but she took hormone pills and hormone shots. She got hair growing on her face, and now she's pregnant, and now the devil is ushering in another realm of demonic opposition to God's original plan for humanity. She said, I'm a man that's pregnant. How many of you know I can't get pregnant? Look, I need a man to say, I can't get pregnant. I'm not a man with a womb. I'm not a man. Listen, I need a woman to say, I'm not a man with a womb. I'm a woman. That's what I am, period. I ain't a man with a womb. God made me a woman, and I'm a virtuous woman. Is there any men in here like Gideon that said, I'm a mighty man of valor? I ain't having no baby. I don't want to know what it feels like. Wickedness is coming through the world. Every time God wanted to challenge a nation, he hit them in the pockets. He told Elijah, go to the king and tell them they sinners, and tell them, if you don't get right, it ain't going to rain until I tell you. Don't you know that's the economy that he affected? Every time that the Midianites came and stole Gideon's stuff because the nation of Israel had sinned against God, God allowed the Midianites to do it. He hit them in their pockets. He hit them in the economy. But in the middle of him hitting them, he was looking for somebody righteous. He said, Gideon, come from beside the wine press, threshing wheat. You a mighty man of valor. I'm about to make a transfer, baby. I'm about to take you out of poverty and fear into a wealthy place. I'm about to take you from defeat to victory. I'm about to transfer some things in your life. Look at somebody say, transfer, transfer. Oh, God is doing it. I dare you to look at somebody real quick and tell them, I may not be where I want to be, but I ain't where I used to be, baby. I'm changing, and I'm going to another level. I'm growing, and God is changing me right now. He's shifting me right now. Millionaires are going to be made in this depression. You don't believe me? Ask Rocky Road Ice Cream. Rocky Road is $1 billion company right now, because when the depression hit the country in the 1900s, I want you to understand, Mr. Rocky Road had an ice cream because they were so broke, they were so poor, they didn't have no fun, and the cheapest thing they could get is milk from cows and made ice cream. They got whatever they could find and mixed it in the ice cream. They got cookies. We got a half a cookie. What you got? I got a half a Oreo. What you got? I got a half a piece of chocolate. What you got? I got a little piece of cake left. What you got? Put it all in the ice cream.